Hello, and we're here, we're live. Welcome to another ScrawlrBox live stream. Today we're looking at box 98, which was a box from October. Some great supplies looking at. We've got some good things coming up. We've got a very special guest, which you may have heard of. Sorry we weren't here last week as planned. We had to reschedule, but everything's back on track. We're ready to go. So let me bring in my guests for today, which is these four. Two of them you should recognize, and one new person. So hello, Kat and Lee, as always. I'm Chris from ScrawlrBox. And then we also have a very special guest, Emily. Thank you for joining us, Emily, our featured artist from the 98 ScrawlrBox. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. I really enjoyed this box, and your artwork just made it. It was great. Thanks for getting involved. I know you put some hard work into getting it all together, and I was hounding you with emails to get stuff done. The ones you did get anyway. So thank you for coming along. Thanks for everyone who's joined us in the chat. We're going to talk about the box in a bit, but as we always do, we're going to start with a little fun game, and I've briefly explained it to Emily. I'm pretty sure she understands it. Simple game. But we're going to play my favourite game, 6-second scribbles. Still not sponsored. Still, we'll keep playing it. It's still fun. But I'm not going to do it this month. We're going to make Emily take on the challenge. I've sent you over 4 cards. Have you picked one of them?
I think we're going to go with things that have stripes.
Things that have stripes. Good choice.
That's a good one.
Rules of the game. I'm going to get my time ready. Rules of the game are you have 1 minute, 60 seconds to draw all 10 things on the list. Then after that 60 seconds, you're going to hold up that paper to the camera, and we're going to try and guess what those things with stripes are. And hopefully we'll have some help from the people in the chat, because generally from history, you get to 8, and that's pretty good. And then when you're on 9 and 10, the drawings get a bit sketchy, and it's normally just a line by 10, if you even make it that far. So time is not on your side. Okay. Right, let me get this ready. Okay. Are you good? You got pencil and paper ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay. Let's start the minute in 3, 2, 1, go. 59 seconds. We'll fill the time. Things with stripes. So everyone start thinking about things with stripes. Amy May's in there already. Zebra's got to be one. It's got to be one. You're right. Yeah, me and Kat are twins today, both wearing our tie-dye t-shirts. It's an official Scrawler uniform for work. Let's see. That's coming up to halfway. 30 seconds left.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it goes quick.
It does go quick.
You have to be quick sketches. They're scribbles.
These are really not good.
Okay, 15 seconds left. The last few. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Okay.
How are you? You pleased? You pleased with your results?
I think I'm only. Yeah, we'll see.
Let me give you full screen. Okay.
Okay.
You hold out to the camera. Okay. Things with. Oh, look! This is amazing.
Zebra. See, zebra is one.
Zebra is one.
Let me try.
Sock.
A bee.
There is a bee and socks.
A bee.
A tiger.
Yes.
A tiger, stripy tiger.
Crossing. The cat.
That was a skunk.
Brilliant.
A candy cane. That's Christmassy.
Yeah.
Is it socks? Well, let's go.
Right,
tampon.
the
Paul,
flag.
there's not always a tampon. That's only when Cat does it, Paul. Flag. Is that one of them? Flag is one of them, I think. Tiger, candy cane. What one are we missing? The bottom left and top middle. Any ideas on those ones?
Spray can, some sort of spray can.
Lighthouse.
Oh, lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Well done.
Okay, then we just got bottom left. that looks like a zebra crossing as well.
Keyboard.
Keyboard.
Is it a cake? Some sort of cake? No.
No, shave. No, we're on that. Come on, bottom left, guys. I don't know. Might have to put us out of our misery, Emily. What was the bottom left?
It is a barcode.
Barcode.
Oh, obviously.
Of course. I mean, that's pretty hard to draw because it's just literally
that is hard.
You guys are doing fine.
Well done.
Nice.
So that's pretty good. Apart from cat, skunk, and barcode, 8 out of 10.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty good. We probably would have got skunk if you. Are they? Yes, I guess they are stripy. One stripe. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing 6 second scribbles. You did a great job. Great job.
That was quite successful, actually.
Yeah. Very successful. Okay. Well, thank you for doing that warm up game with us. Hopefully, people who weren't here are here now. If you are just turning up, you missed a cracking 6 second scribble session. But we'll be playing it again next month, next stream, no doubt. But let's get on to the content. Let's go into the box, ScrawlrBox 98, which was, if I go to this view, which is my little overhead here, this is the contents of ScrawlrBox 98, which has this lovely featured artwork by Emily, and these strange looking powders from Jackman's Art Materials. They're crystalline watercolours. Let me hold them up here. I'm holding them in the right place. Which are, as you can see, they're powder pigment paints. Very, very interesting. So they're kind of watercolour pigments. So you activate them with water. Try not to get them everywhere because they do make a mess. Our desk is covered. This, not too bad. Actually, there's probably, you can see there's already bits. So we've got the pigment watercolours, the palette. We've got this Derwent watercolour water brush, chisel tip, this spray, and watercolour paper, and of course the zine and sticker. So let's come back to our multi-view. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Emily, for helping us out with this box. Your artwork fits perfectly with the theme. I saw it and your style and everything just kind of fit, and I was like, well, I've got to get in touch with Emily to see if she'll do it. So how did you find the experience, first of all? Was it enjoyable? Did you hate it? Is it? Because you don't normally use these art supplies, right? You don't?
No, so I actually saw Jackman's at an art fair that I went to in Leamington, which is near where I live. So yeah, I'd actually bought some, and then I hadn't actually picked them apart and used the new to me, and I'd not really played about with them. So yeah, it was a good opportunity to actually dig them out and have a play around with the pigments. But they were just so much fun to play with. I mean, the powders just react in completely different ways. You know, all the different colors set off at different times and they mix. And every time as you mix them and you keep playing around with them, they keep releasing new colors and changing. So it was just loads of fun to play with. So yeah, I did a series of test pages just to see how they looked. And it was just calling out, especially the kind of smoky gray was calling out to be a kind of misty background to some florals. So yeah, it was really fun to do. And that's why these kinds of challenges are so fun, because you can get playing around with materials and see what inspiration calls you when you're trying new things and just experimenting.
Yeah, I think they're really super pigmented as well. They're not kind of your standard, and I don't know whether they're not as I guess they're not as usable. They're a bit different. Obviously, you get a watercolor tube or a pan or sheets we've had before and lots of things, but the pigment powders really, they're kind of strange to work. You wouldn't probably take them out and about. Like normal watercolor pans and palettes are kind of portable. You can take them out. I wouldn't say these were you can take them into the field, although you probably could. But yeah, they're definitely different and fun to play with. They take a bit of getting used to, but the pigments are so strong and vibrant. And I think you did a really great job putting it all together with the artwork.
Yes, definitely.
What about you and Kat and Lee? What did you think? What do you like about these or not like about them? Because Kat's, but if you didn't already know, Kat's the the messy one of the office, and when she's tested them all out, got them everywhere.
The stain, actually, where we take the pictures, you did that.
I did the stain where we take the pictures. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, because they're such small pigments, they just get everywhere. Like, if you don't activate them straight away, then you'll find one. So like, I was cleaning down the desk, and you don't even know they're there, and you wipe, and suddenly there's a big smear of colour from this one bit of pigment was there. So,
yeah. That's why my desk is now permanent stain. Because when we first got them, I thought, I'll just give them a little play with, and then didn't realise that secret bits of pigment would be underneath my keyboard, underneath the mat, underneath everywhere. But that's all part of the fun, right? It's like chaos.
Yeah, we saw a lot of messages on Instagram and on the Facebook page about how messy everyone got. Everyone loves a messy art supply, right? It's not messy, then you're not having fun. Yeah, I don't know where Lee's left us. I think she got pigment in the camera or something. So got the artwork. How did you find? Is your art space now stained with all these pigments, or did you manage to keep a clean workspace, Emily, when working with these?
If I'm honest, after so many years painting with watercolor, I've got liquid ones, I've got masking fluid. I've got some that really do stain. I've got gouache as well. So
it's just in good company.
It's just adding to the artwork of an artist's workspace, just kind of stuff everywhere from different projects. Oh, that's good. So and I think I'm looking in the comments. There's people saying my hands were blue for weeks afterwards. They do stain. I think
stain my nails.
Yeah, but that's all part of the fun, right? I tried to be, when I was doing all the pictures and things, I was trying to be very meticulous about where I was putting them, pour out the powders and things. But even then, it's kind of,
I think it made it worse if you tried to control them. It sort of made them angry, so they just do what they wanted anyway.
Don't make the pigments angry. Yeah, and then because I was trying to like pour them out of here onto the paper to get a nice picture, and then I'd suddenly just breathe and just go everywhere. But yeah, getting them activated with water. Yeah, but in their natural state. Yeah. Well, that was one of the fun things. That's what I really loved about this. Is like, yes, they work well as straight up watercolors if you put them down, but there's so many different ways to use them. Right? You could put them down and then spray on top with the spray. That's why I really wanted to include this little spray bottle, because just putting them on the paper and then spraying them and activated, you get things like this, and or getting the paper wet and then sprinkling them on top and just watching them all dissolve. And I think the interesting thing was especially the grey violet. It's a grey, but it's kind of built up of lots of yellow in there and purple, and when you're doing it, it just, you can see all the different colours that make up. And I guess every time you mix up a colour, it might be a downside of them, but I quite liked it. They kind of, sometimes you get different tones depending on how much of the different types of pigment were in them. So sometimes it might be a bit more yellowy, it might be a bit more blue, or there's greens in there as well. So yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, that was a messy time. But
I just saw in the comments, Carmel had said about pushing a drawing pin into the lid to use as like a little shaker. That's quite a good idea. You've got a bit more control of them coming out that way.
A little hole, like a little salt and pepper
shaker.
Yeah. And then you've got a permanent hole in the top. I guess you could bit of blue tack or something over the top. Leave it in there. Yeah, it is. Mel says it's a bit like a little chemistry set of spoons, a little spoon thing. I was trying to tap them out gently. That's how my thing was just kind of like tap 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 tap. But then that's not very controllable. So a little spoon. You were using a dry paintbrush where you had to kind of like pick them up and put them down.
And then the paintbrush I can't use anymore because every time I use it, it's still got pigment.
still got some pigment hidden in the brushes somewhere.
It's just in there, embedded. I'm like, oh. That time I kept getting angry when I was trying to paint something, and that was why.
So yeah, let me just say, while we've got Emily here, if anybody's got any questions for her about art in general, her featured art piece, put them in the comments, and either Kat or myself, or Lee. Lee's back. Welcome back, Lee.
Hey.
Hi.
Or Lee, we'll pick them out. We'll ask Emily at the end. So yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what I haven't done. What I haven't done is create a poll. Crikey.
Oh, he did it on purpose. He did that on purpose.
Sabotaging.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that now. Fill some time. I'm just going to do that now. It's going to be a brief one. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. I was looking at the way so lots of comments about how people were using the pigments to get them out.
To get them out?
Like I was saying, she was using lolly sticks from Hobbycraft to get the pigments out. Lolly sticks would be quite good because it wouldn't like stick to the wood, would it? But if you got it wet. Sharky said started using silicone resin pigment scoop thing. Then at one point slipped some up from the pipette from the alcohol ink box. What with water in it? Oh, that would be fun actually. To like get the colour, slurp it up with a pipette, and then bloop onto the page.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Nearly there.
Deluxe Bex says, Emily, how do you feel about watercolour markers?
Oh, that's a good question. If I'm honest, I can find them a little bit difficult to blend because I think by the time you've added enough water, if you kind of colour it in and you end up with even a slight overlap, it darkens the colour, and then I just find them fiddly to blend out. I think it's one of those things, if you practice and you're neater than I am, they might really work. But
yeah, your style's a bit too loose because I imagine markers, they're a bit more controlled, aren't they? Yours more free flowing.
So yeah, one of my friends who does a lot of kind of urban sketching, she really likes the markers because they allow for kind of clean lines and a lot more control. Yeah, I'm quite a messy painter, so I find them fiddly.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that brief hiatus. I have now posted the poll on our YouTube channel. Emily, you're probably thinking, what's he talking about? Each week we have Scrawl a Sketch, which is prompts that we put up on our community page every Saturday. There's a new Scrawl a Sketch prompt, so people can get involved and just have a little theme to an extra prompt, not included in the box, but an extra weekly prompt. And each month we pick, me, Kat and Lee pick one of our favourites, and we anonymously put it on here on the poll to see which is, and we get people to vote on it and see which is their favourite. And then we send the winner of the artist who did it one of our Scrawler packs, which is mystery pack, sort of bits and bobs, mystery.
Correct.
So we'll send that to the artist, and we'll also send one to one of our viewers. So this month we haven't had any Scrawler sketches because, well, we're still catching up. We've had a few since October, but we had Scrawlatober. So these are the selections for this month's Scrawler sketch. They're all from Scrawltober. I think A was Clairvoyant, B was Crown, and C was Crane. So Kat, Lee, and myself have all picked one. We're not telling you who the artist is. We're not telling you which one we've picked. So there's a poll now live on our YouTube community page. So go there and vote for your favourite. And at the end, I'll count up the votes and we will see who wins. We've got a running tally of who has won the most. And I forget the scores. It's like 1-1. I think we were 1-1. Isn't that right, guys?
No.
What
Me
is
and
it?
Lee are currently neck and neck, and you literally you're in the dust.
What is it now? Is it like 5-5-1 or something?
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that. I did write it down somewhere, but it's not.
Oh, if it's
Yeah,
not
me and Lee
recorded,
have got-
then we should start again. Start from scratch, I think.
No.
Because one of them said, at the end of the year, whoever's losing has to do a forfeit or something. But that can't be right. I don't think.
Oh, I love that idea.
That's a good idea.
At the end of
And
the
then
year.
will you start in January?
In January.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, well then I've got
I
a
like
lot of
that.
work to do. Guys, you have to. I think it was like 4-3-1 or something like that, wasn't it? To one of you guys. I think Lee's got 4, Kat's got 3, and I've got 1. Something like that. But anyway,
Yeah,
it doesn't
so
matter
even
because
if
I'm
Chris
going to get
wins today-
this one, the next one. I'm going to get the next 3 and just kind of be back on top. So just think, guys. Go for the one that I would choose, not the one I wouldn't choose. I don't know whether you're voting against me. I don't know. It's a conspiracy. Anyway, head over.
And the
head
look
over.
was asked where you can see the prompts for Scrawler Sketch. They come out every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. ish on all of our social media platforms. So the easiest place to see them all gathered together would probably be Pinterest, if you wanted to go through all of them. There's also an up-to-date album on the Facebook community, if you're a part of that. That album is, it is up to date actually. So all of them will be on there. But then, every platform we post 10 a.m. on a Saturday the new Scrawler Sketch for that week.
Yeah, and you don't have to use the Scrawler box. Scrawler Challenge is where we use the supplies in the box. Scrawler Sketch, you can use whatever you want. It could be digital, it could be oils, it could be acrylic, it could be whatever you want. It's just start with the theme and get creative. So, and then maybe next month your artwork could be selected and you can win a Scrawler pack. So, get voting, pick mine. Just get me just one. I just want one. I haven't won for so. I think I won the first one, and then that was it. I can't remember. Anyway, let's get back to this box because we've got some fun things to talk about. So, as well as the Scrawler Sketch, we've got the Scrawler Challenge. Let me go back here. So I go through the zine. We've taken out the cards that were in there. Going through. Let me go to this one instead. It's probably easier. So in the Scrawler zine, we've got the contents. We've got the interview with Emily. You find out more about what she's up to. Typical day. Tea or coffee? Coffee all the way.
Yes.
Exactly. Good choice. Some tips there on how to use supplies. Bit about the artwork. Some tips from Emily on how to use these. Then we've got the Scrawler Gallery from box 96. Point of view. Then our top 3. And then now the Scrawler Challenge is on the last page of the zine. And this month was Loose Leaf. Loose Leaf Tea, Loose Leaf, Loose Watercolours. Take it however you want. So me, I don't know whether you've got anything to bring to the table, Emily, but Lee, Kat and myself have picked a few, because also we picked some for the magazine, we picked some for our top 3. They've already been chosen. The top 3 for this box is on the website. So we've picked our top, another 3 that we just like to showcase because we've got so much artwork, either on Instagram or on Facebook, that we can't share it all. We do share a lot of it, but so we just wanted to get a few more bits of artwork out there, give someone else a shout out. So I'll go first, shall I, this time around? So let's see. The one I chose was this artwork by Melissa. I got Melissa. Anyway, Instagram handle is there. This is the artwork. I love the way it's basically using that sprinkle effect. I don't know whether they taped off the window. There's a cat looking out of the window, but it's almost like a cat looking out into the galaxy, right? He's got these colours. I think they either put the water down first. I think they must have taped off, put the water down first, then sprinkled the pigment on or sprayed it afterwards. But I think this is a great use of that, just letting the pigment do its thing. You'll see we've got a bit of control with the cat outline and the shadow, but just using that window. So I really like this piece. What do you guys think of this one?
I think it's lovely. I think it's I like the way they've managed to get the shape, but they've also kept it like true to the pigment in the sense they haven't overworked it, or you can still see the grain and like the different colors bursting through, and it's just so lovely.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
he looks like he's dreaming of things to knock off shelves.
Yeah.
Outside the chaos that cats create. Yeah. So I like that one. I just wanted to share that one. So I really like the use of the pigment, and it's a good composition. So thank you very much, Melissa. I don't know how to Melissa. I don't know. Well done if you're here. Great job. Thanks for sharing. Keep scrawling. Okay, next we have. Let's go with yours, Lee, if you don't mind. This was your one.
Yeah, I just thought it was really pretty. Like, it's very much my style, like the way she's drawn it, and it just looks like, I don't know, like a fox in the night sky or something. It's just really pretty, and I like how they've done the little I don't know what they are. They're like little leaves or like teardrops. It's just a really pretty drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it a fox or a wolf? Yeah, something like that. Some kind of.
Yeah.
And it's been drawn. I'm always a sucker for a drawing of a pencil. Can't get those art supplies in there somewhere. And again, the colours, like they've still got even in this, you still got a few of those like spots of pigment, like bringing out a bit of texture in. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's not mixing it so far. You get lots of just flat colours. You get loads of texture and different dark and light areas and little splashes of colour, which would be kind of not everything's flat colour, so it gives it a nice dynamic feel. So that was Saltwater Steer. Saltwater, is that how you say that on Instagram?
Yeah.
Go check out more of their artwork.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for sharing that one, Lee. And on to yours, Kat.
I forgot what I picked.
You forgot what you.
Oh, of course, yeah. The happy accident.
Is it Jen
I just like that
Edwards?
sometimes when you because I was just reading the thread on the communities where I found Jen's work, and she at first it didn't go quite the way she planned, but then she persevered and look what she's made. It's beautiful.
It's lovely.
To show you, just keep going. Like especially with a supply you've never used before, sometimes it can be really intimidating. Especially these pigments. To be fair, if that was your very first experience of watercolors, it could be a bit daunting because they aren't watercolory. I'd say they're more inky, aren't they? So once they're dried on that page, they are really hard to move around. So they don't have quite the same properties. But I just love that she carried on. This looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's like building up the leaves. So you've still got the original wash of the leaves, and then the background is nice and dark. It's got really dark pigment there from there. No, yeah, really nice.
Really people who can fix a painting they don't like by adding a dark background. It's such a nice technique. If you're not sure how it's going, up that contrast.
Yeah. If all else fails, up the contrast, then at least there's something that's sticking out.
Yeah, brilliant. That was really good. So thank you for those. So I don't know whether a bit last, I did ask you, but I don't know. Have you got any? Did you have a look at the community pages, Emily, when you were?
I've had a quick look. I'm still going through them. I can't pick a favourite, but I'm going to work through them over the next rest of the evening and pick out some favourites. I just think they're all. It's so great to have all of these different styles and takes on the subject in there. So yeah, it's going to be tough to pick even 10 favourites.
Yeah, I always say that because it's so good having everyone having exactly the same supplies, and the same prompt even, but then their brains and skills will just work in different ways, come out with completely different outcome. Whether it's something, even if it was drawing the exact same, if someone was trying to copy or kind of recreate your work, it would be completely different. Especially with these kind of materials, you're never going to get the same result twice. So it's really great to see how people interpret the brief, how they used it, and we've seen already just from those 3 examples, there's 3 different styles of using the pigments or using the paints. So yeah, I love it every month when we send out a box and suddenly they start arriving, and then suddenly people start sharing all their experiments and their artworks and things, and then the feed's kind of filling up, being like, yes, people are creating stuff with it. It's great.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that. If again, any more questions, put them in the comments. Don't go. I'm going to put it up again. The poll is still live. This is it. I'm going to open it up again if I can touch it. A, B, or C. Pick your favourite. And we've also got a Scrawler pack. Oh, let's talk about. Yes, we've also got a Scrawler pack to give away to someone in the comments as well. So we're going to give the winner a Scrawler pack. We're also going to give one of you guys a Scrawler pack, as we always do. But we are going to talk about quickly. We had Kat posted something in the ScrawlrBox community, which was, what art supply would you ditch? And they kind of created a few comments about some interesting art supplies. So we're going to have a quick chat about that. So maybe to win one of the Scrawler packs for yourself, let's have you comment any art supply you want to ditch in the comments. And if you want to, I'll pick one at the end and I'll send you a Scrawler pack as well. So art supplies you want to ditch, guys. What do you think? Any?
Paul said black wings.
Paul.
Who said Blackwing?
Oh, get him out. Get him out.
In the bin.
All Blackwings, apart from the ScrawlrBox Blackwing, of course, Paul. That's what you mean. There should be only one. There should be only one Blackwing. I know what you're saying. Good point.
Emily, what supply would you put in the bin?
Oh, it's such a tricky one. I'm not a big fan of watercolor pencils. I find them scratchy and fiddly, and yeah, just use a small brush and count me out.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing. When we asked this question to you earlier, Lee, you were like, "Oh, none. I don't want to get rid of anything. I like them all." Have you had a thought about which ones you want to ditch yet? Or you can say all of them. Lee, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's a really difficult one because I enjoy like making something out of everything. But if I had to choose, it would probably have to be what are they called? Oil pastels. Just because I don't have the patience for them, and to me, like, people create such beautiful works of art, but it doesn't go with my style, and it's just, it's not for me.
I think you're like,
I'm just having a flashback. I was having a flashback. I was like, no.
Bobby's World of Art agrees with you. Oil pastels. I was going to say I quite like the oil pastels because they're controllable. What I don't like is oil paints. Not that I've gone like all out with oil paints, like specifically. I know we had like a while ago we had some water based oil paints. Is that how I say it? So basically, oil paints. One, they're scary because they're all the chemicals and stuff that you got to put with them, and two, they take so long to dry. That's what I don't like about it. I just get covered in stuff everywhere. I guess if you're doing a big artwork and you're working on it a long time, I know there's benefits to it, but it's just one of them. Maybe it's too professional for me. It's too old masters. I'm not good enough. I just I don't like
the long drying time is a problem. I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a messy person and you forget, and then they're quite permanent as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got alcohol. Amanda Hadfield says alcohol markers. I'm not sure about that. Pastels. A lot of people say pastels.
No.
He's just had a breakdown. Yeah. Paint pens, soft pastels, they're quite popular. Scratch. Tina draws a scratch art, can go screw itself. Fair enough. There's some history there that we probably shouldn't dip into. That's scratch art. I don't know. I quite like the scratch art thing. It's like putting a layer of colour down, a layer of black on top, and then scratching it back to reveal. It's the ones you buy, the sets you buy that I'm not sure about those. It's like the painting by numbers or remember those ones that you buy that had like the black felt on, and then you colour in the outside. They were quite good. It seemed to be kind of all the messy ones like charcoal, pastels, or oil paints, those kind of things, glitter paints. But they kind of, I guess they're the ones that kind of take the most skill to do they? Is it kind of, it's hard to get good results?
I think there's a difference now between like not old style, but like the classical type of artists and like the more newer type of artist, where things like oil paints, pastels, etc. just seem a bit outdated. Like there's a lot we can do with newer supplies that are more beginner friendly as well. I think that's the thing, is that the older supplies, specifically the old base ones, can be a bit intimidating, and you can't just pick it up and then make something with it. You have to learn the techniques and learn how to use it properly. And
we don't have time for that these days. We
exactly.
can't be waiting,
unfortunately,
can't be waiting for stuff to dry. We got to be. I guess.
I know. Got things to do.
Things to do.
We got things to do.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, and it takes a lot to master, and they're expensive, right? I think oil paints are like really super expensive, and you don't want to be
get good ones. Yeah.
To get good ones, yeah. I mean, a lot of our supplies are expensive anyway, but yeah, oil paints especially, because you've got to just buy the paints, the pigment, and then you've got to buy all the kind of additives and things to make them dry faster, make them dry longer, make them all these different ways. And it's like a chemistry lesson rather than an artist. But then all the pretty much all the great paintings in art galleries, or I guess of a certain time, were done in oil. So you'll be able to. You got to be able to. They got to be good for something. But maybe it's just a skill based thing. It takes a lot to do. I think oil pastels are good. I think Mel, you're right. I like oil pastels too. They're not easy to get detail with in small things, but the colours and the pigments are always good. Okay.
I think we were quite spoilt using those Sennelier ones, because they're all really high quality and they're very soft, very blendable, but other ones aren't so much. So that'll probably put people off as well, is the fact that they're so varying in quality.
Yeah, the Sennelier ones they were like creamy, weren't they? Kind of buttery. They kind of work really well, blend together. Kat, you didn't say which one you'd like to ditch. What would you like to ditch?
I'm willing to give them another go. Metallic watercolors. I just don't like how they look really nice in the pan and like on your paintbrush, and then you go to paint them and they just I just don't like them. I just don't like them. I want, when you do it, like I'm so used to paint pens and how like vibrant you can get with them, and how they're so bright and lovely and shiny, and a metallic paint pen is metallic, but a metallic watercolor is not the one for me.
I think that can be said for like a lot of metallic things, that it's quite hard to get a good metallic, like a shiny metal finish.
Yeah.
A lot of them are kind of just glittery almost, or to have a proper metallic, like even like a gold or a silver pen, there's so many differences between the golds and the silvers. I remember we had the Molotov liquid chrome, and that's awesome. That's just like chrome. Yeah. But then other ones are kind of more like just a slightly shiny grey or a glittery grey. Metallic watercolors are catfishing us.
They are.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people agree with that. Okay, so that's what else are we talking about? What else are we talking about? Have I missed anything? We're nearly wrapping up now. Get those votes in for the your favourite Scrawler sketch artwork. I'm going to say it one more time. Show that. If you've got any questions for Emily while we've got her here for the last few minutes, then get them over and we'll ask her.
Amy had a question. I saw it earlier and then I've lost it. I'm just going to scroll back and find
it. We had some questions as well. I'll ask you a question, Emily. Is there another supplier you enjoy working with other than watercolors?
Yeah, I mean, I quite like gouache is quite fun to play with if you can get the right consistency. I do quite a bit of sketching with different pencils. I also have got addicted to this year the water-soluble crayons. I'm really sorry if I'm recommending art supplies to people who already have a million art supplies, but they're so addictive.
I mean, it's literally what we do every month, so I wouldn't worry about it. You're in a safe space here.
very, very thoughtful. Yeah, they have like a wax crayon, like a Crayola texture when you drag it across the paper, but then it's water soluble, so it can be blended out. They're super fun. They're what oil pastels should be.
And who makes those? What ones are you using?
I think they're Caron Dash.
Is that the Neo Color ones?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, I've looked at those. I've been looking at those for future boxes. So good, another recommendation. Yeah. I think I've been looking at those, so maybe we'll try and get them in a future box. I think they'll be interesting because I've seen a lot of people use them just as kind of crayons rather than actually wetting them and making them watercolor. So they're like a nice like a middle ground between a wax crayon and an oil pastel. Is that right? Would you kind of say it's kind of there? Or?
Yeah, I think so. They blend out into quite good watercolors. But yeah, they have a good waxy texture rather than a powdery texture, which it doesn't seem like it should physically work, but they're really fun. You can also dip them in the water, so they're all kind of wet, and then draw with them to create really smooth lines. They're really fun.
Like buttery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Did you find the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your dream art supply to receive for Christmas, brand and media pin?
Oh, that's a good question. I really like to get paper for Christmas, watercolor paper, because it's quite pricey. So it's a nice one to have somebody buy, and it's a nice little present. My all-time favorite is Legion's Stonehenge Aqua cold press paper. The cotton ones. I like them in the blocks, so they have the edges all kind of taped down so it doesn't warp or bend as you paint. So yeah, for close family members who are feeling very generous, that would be what I would put on the list.
Do you love a block for that reason?
Yeah, I love a block. They stop you from painting loads of things at once, but it means that it's all pinned down in place. It doesn't warp, it doesn't kind of bend, and it lifts, makes puddles and things, especially for someone who paints with a lot of water and it's very loose. If I don't have it pinned in place, the paper starts crinkling immediately, and then it gets patches, and it doesn't dry nicely. So yeah, it's a tad more expensive to do it, but it's a lot easier than trying to stretch the paper and pin it down and staple it into place. So yeah, I love it.
Because they're kind of glued, like they would be glued on the end, but they glued all 4 edges, or is it just 2 edges? Or
the Legion ones are, the ones with 2 edges, they can curve up at the sides, but the Legion ones are glued all the way around except for about an inch, so you can just put a knife in and cut it off the top.
Yeah, okay. So there is a space. And I think that's an American. That's an American brand, isn't it? Are they easy to get hold of in the UK? I've not seen them.
Yeah, most of the art shops, Jackson's and Cass both do them. So yeah, they're a nice one, and they're cheaper than Archer's. So always recommend those for people who want good quality but they don't want to pay Archer's prices.
I guess you have to, when you're asking for someone to get you a present, you have to be specific. You can't just say watercolor paper, because they'll probably just go into Hobbycraft and buy you some just paper.
Random stuff, yeah.
You need to get this specific one. Yes, I know it costs a lot of money, but it's worth it. Trust me.
Paper is specific, though. I think we've all paper that we like as a go-to.
Yeah.
Well, even watercolor paper that's cold pressed, or even cold pressed watercolor paper, 300 GSM. It's all from 4 different brands. Be 4 different papers, right? So it's all different. You find one you like, stick it, and then put it on your Christmas list and get all your family members to buy it.
Yeah. I hope my family will watch this.
There's another question. Where do you learn your best art tips from? Where do you get inspiration? Where do you find some tips from? Online, from previous artists?
Yeah. I really like online challenges. When I was starting out, that was a great way to see how other people interpreted things. So yeah, any kind of prompts list and challenges that push you out of your comfort zone. And also, I think sometimes if you come and you sit down and you've got a blank piece of paper, it can feel really overwhelming. So having a prompt list or A challenge to take part in is a really good one. You see how other people have done it. It feels less intimidating to have that all laid out. But I also really like Skillshare. I think it's it's quite an easy platform to go and try the different projects. It's not a huge amount of money for subscription. They often do free trials and things if you just want to go and test it out. And I've tried loads of different things that are not my style, but help me kind of figure out different techniques. Both of those are a really good way to just get stuck in and just start making things, and then you kind of figure out style from there.
Yeah.
Just do it. Get involved. Yeah, that's a good tip. Let me come back. I think Amy May said something good in the comments. That I think you can make good work with poor supplies, but if you have good paper, but if you can't make good work with amazing supplies on shitty paper, so that you can make. Does that make sense? Yeah. You need good paper. You don't need good paper to make good art. It's easy. I think I butchered that. Sorry, Amy. But when I read it, it made sense. Then I read it out. I was like, oh no, that doesn't make sense. That's probably the way I said it. Okay, right. Has anyone got any questions for us? ScrawlrBox will help you out. Nothing order related. Lee finished work ages ago. She's not going to be logging in and doing refunds or anything now. So yeah, if you've got any questions for us, we saw someone mention earlier. I say someone, we know who it was, who talked about hats. So not caps, but maybe we'll look at some Scrawler merch which is a bit more winter appropriate. I've got some hoodies in the pipeline, maybe a beanie hat. You were talking about an Udi earlier, Lee. We'll look into that.
Yeah.
It's getting too cold. We need warmer things. We need warmer things. So we're going to look at some warm merch that might come along in the next few weeks. Obviously, we've got our Black Friday sale on at the moment, where you get, if you haven't already, I'm sure you guys who are watching now have already been emailed and getting involved, but we've got 70% off all our previous boxes. That is still on at the moment. I think it's going to stay running until Christmas, unless the boxes run out. If they run out, then they're gone, so you might miss it. But obviously, there's other things on sale. There's big boxes. There's a few mini kits left. Few other items. There's loads of stuff in there for gifting to yourself or to other people. So get on there and have a look. Black Friday sale. Tomorrow is December 1st, which means it's renewal day. Box 100 is coming up. Our 100th box is finally here, December. So if you're not subscribed for December, you're going to miss out, because not only is it box 100 and it's great, we've got an extra special treat as our 100 box, which is only going to be available for subscribers. So it won't be, if we have any left over and they go on sale in the store, this item will not be in that. So you have to be subscribed to get it. So I'm sure you're already all subscribed, of course, being Scrawler nerds that you are, hanging around listening to us talk on YouTube for an hour. But if you're not, then make sure you're subscribed. Also on December 1st, we've got, for our sub-club members in our Discord, we've got a special Discord advent calendar that Kat's put together. So every day in December, up until Christmas, there's going to be a new door of the advent calendar opening up. So if you're not on Discord and you are subscribed, then you need to get on Discord already. Join the link in on the website. Join the group, and tomorrow will be the first day where you'll get, there's lots of different things. Every day, something new, whether it's a prize, what sort of things can we expect without giving too much away?
Yeah, stuff. It's going to be
stuff. Fun stuff. Mince pies.
Stuff every day.
There's no mince pies. Bring your own mince pies. It's not a tampon sticker. Kat, you need to go and create these.
I know, I need to make them, don't I?
Official merch. So yeah, join the Discord.
I don't want to be tampon girl. I don't want to be the girl.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to be. So every day up until 25th, there'll be a new door opening of the Scrawler Advent Calendar on Discord. So get involved with that. Let's look at the Scrawler the poll. I'm going to put it up here one more time while I look. Last chance to vote on these three. Pick your favourite. Which Emily, you don't know who's. What's your favourite? What are your thoughts on these?
I really like them all. I really like the colours on C especially, but I've gone for A because I just think the like fun, cute factor is what I needed today.
That is fun and cute. I think C is digital. Am I right? I think that's digital. But you know,
Yes,
the scroll
I
sketch
think
doesn't
C is
matter. It can
digital.
be digital or it can be any supply. So last chance to go and vote for those. I'm going to pick the winner in a second. Let's go over there and see. Oh, it's close.
Oh,
I can't see it.
Close.
So.
It's close. Okay, it's so close. But I'm going to give you 10 more seconds, and I'm going to refresh.
Wow.
So go over and vote now. Then we'll see who the winner is. Okay, that's it. That's the winner by a small margin is, of course, not me. It is C. It is C, which was
yes,
which was also Lee's choice. Well done, Lee, once again.
I just pick it up, you know.
You
do. You've got great taste, Lee. Well done.
This was it. So we will get in touch with Lauren MacArt. It was close. My choice was A, which I think is Elaine's, which is clairvoyant, and Kat's was obviously the cat one, but I'm sure everyone knew that. But Lee, yours was C, got 50% of the vote. Mine was 35% of the vote, and then 15%. So it was close. I did better than I have done previously.
They're all amazing, though. So it must be quite hard to choose because they are all really, really good.
They are, and they're all quite different. But
Well
done, everyone, for choosing. So we'll get in touch with Lauren and send her a scrawler pack. So let's go back to the comments, and we will pick a comment to choose. If you haven't commented already, comment an art supply you want to ditch. I don't think I'm going to choose Black Wings, Paul, unfortunately. So random. Not mince pies. That's not an art supply. Okay, let's go again. Up here. Not far enough. I need to get off top chat. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Pressure.
Take time.
I can't. I must. Oh no! I can't see the chat from before I went in. I can't pick one. It won't let me go back far enough. I went to the community.
Kat, can you choose one?
Can you pick one?
Oh, we got Paul confused, by the way.
Okay.
Someone's clarified that Black Wings are his dream supply.
His dream supply.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we've been hating on Paul for no reason.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Apologies,
I was cursing
Paul.
You.
Jumping on the hate wagon too soon.
It's cancel culture.
I can't go back far enough. Can you go back far enough on the comments, Kat, and pick an art supply? Because I went to the community page. It's not letting me go back on the chat. Am I on top chat? All messages. Oh, maybe. Hang on. I was on top chat. No. Oh, hang on. I think I'm there. No. Okay. I'm gonna pick one. Pick one of the recent ones. Okay. Done. Okay. It's gonna pick Lorna. Have we picked Lorna before? They're pinning it. Pastel watercolors. Not that we agree with that, but that's a random-ish comment. Random-ish. Sorry, we're back. But we'll have another chance to win a scroll pack next month. So Lorna, you win a scroll pack. Thank you for commenting, everyone. And we'll send one also to Lauren and Lorna. winners with L's. And thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I don't think if you've got any other questions for Emily before she goes, guys. Emily, have you got anything you want to say to us? You enjoy the process?
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun to be part of it. So yeah, thanks for having me, and look out for the next boxes now to see what else comes up. I always need more supplies.
Yes, always needs more supplies. Thank you so much for helping us out with this box. Thank you for coming along to the live to help us entertain these fools who want to come along and listen to what we've got to say every month. Thank you to Kat and Lee for coming along again. I know it's kind of in your contract and you have to, but that's fine. I'm sure you enjoy it. Stay tuned on Discord for the Advent calendar. Keep buying stuff from the Black Friday sale before it ends or the boxes sell out. We'll be back for another Scrawler Live, probably a bit earlier next month because it's Christmas. I think it's a week earlier, like we did this month, but we should be there. We'll be on the Scrawler community, on the Discord, on Instagram, on support. We'll be everywhere. Get in touch. Keep sending your artwork. Have a great night. Have a great week. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for commenting. Thanks very much. See you again next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, Emily. It was lovely to see you.
Bye, Emily. Have a great evening.
Bye. Not you, Chris. You.
Oh, what?